following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, this is Ken Gidge, and this is The Art of Politics. We're the only show, I believe, in New Hampshire that has a Republican and a Democrat. And we get kind of, feisty with each other because, Republicans are, kind of, and Democrats, I mean, we're really good. But my partner over here, Al Baldasaro,
Ken, how are you, Ken?
is the Republican.
And I'm a proud one at that.
And I'm a proud Democrat.
Yeah, you had to think about that and copy me as usual.
No, I didn't have to think about that. You guys take your beating at the polls. Let me tell you, boy, it's awful. The Republicans thought they were going to do really good, and are they getting?
Well, I think come November is going to make a big difference here because the people in New Hampshire are tired. They're tired of Democrats going after their wallet, oil taxes, gas taxes, cigarette taxes. I mean, I'm surprised you're not taxing their kitchen sinks.
Oh, so is that what you guys are doing now?
No, the Democrats, not Republicans.
Let me see. And the cigarette tax, which we put on, that you guys took off, we lost $40 million. Not a good idea.
I have to disagree with that.
Not a good idea.
I have to disagree with you.
You lose $40 million, we get the $40 million back. Cigarettes cause cancer.
We lost $40 million, okay, I question those numbers there. But what we did, our volume was down on cigarettes. Matter of fact, that cigarette tax is paying for education and paying for other stuff here in the state. We don't have a sales tax. We don't have a payroll tax that the Democrats want us to have.
Well, we just put back what you took away, but hold on for a second.
No, actually you didn't.
No,
actually you didn't. You took 10 cents more.
Yes.
You put the 10 cents, which had a trigger.
It
was going to go back anyways.
Great.
O'Brien put a trigger if it didn't work.
Right.
Actually, it did work. You want to know why it did work?
It did not work. Come on now.
Why did we have over $70 million surplus? Tourists came into New Hampshire and spent money.
Let us one thing at a time, okay? Because
I don't want to confuse you.
No, I don't want to do what I have been doing. You're being pretty smart, smarter than I thought you were. I mean, he's getting a little smarter. The reason why people are coming into New Hampshire and buying cigarettes, we put a 20-cent tax onto it, returning your 10 and adding 10, is because Massachusetts went out and put $1 per pack on there.
Right.
So, I mean, where are people going to go? Save $12, come across the border? What, save $12 or $13.20? It's not going to make any difference.
Yes, it does make a difference.
No, it doesn't make a difference.
When I was a Democrat for many years up until Ronald Reagan's first term, that's when I changed. I voted for him in his second term. Democrats were for the working people. Don't you understand that 20-cent tax goes after the working people that smoke? Don't you understand that gas tax goes after the working people? If you got deep pockets...
Let's just stay on the tax.
Okay,
the cigarette tax. The cigarette tax is up there for lots of reasons. One of the reasons, obviously, is people who smoke and do not have insurance or smoke and have insurance More times than not, sadly, there is some sort of cancer. Some of it is small, some of it is large. And more times than not, we end up paying for a little of this because the insurance companies raise their policies. So this adding 20 cents may stop people from smoking in New Hampshire, but it does not stop people from coming outside of New Hampshire, especially when it's $1 a pack more in Massachusetts.
Okay, can I run some
Now,
by you?
you want to go to the gas tax?
No, not yet.
right.
We're not done with the cigarette tax.
All right.
Now, how long have you been a state rep?
6 years.
6 years. I'm going on my 8th year, running for my 5th term. Now, about 10 years ago, there was a big court case with the cigarette companies. And I think I don't know, what we get? I don't know how many millions of dollars we got. Do you see under Lynch and under Hassan, Governor Hassan, do you see him spending any of those millions of dollars that come in under the lawsuit on commercials to stop smoking? Do you see that happen on public, commercials with all that money that came in? No, you don't. You see the governors that are spending in other areas. They're not trying to stop smoking. They just have revenue.
Excuse me, you forgot to put also Benson was there for 2 years. I didn't see him doing it. He was a Republican.
Well, Benson was there. The court cases were going on. Okay, this all happened, 10 years ago? In 10 years, you're talking, what was Lynch the governor for, 8 years? What was...
well, I don't quite understand what you're saying. I mean,
what I'm saying is,
would you rather? Oh, well, hold on a second. First of all, in schools, they do an enormous amount of work, and in schools probably is a good place to teach kids not to smoke, or at least to show how cancer is caused.
Then that money should have went there.
So if they're putting... Well, you don't know it's not.
I know it's not. You don't see any commercials on TV.
How about the commercials just in the school? Are there things on the wall that say, don't smoke? These are the reasons why? Well, you don't know, do you?
Yes, I do. I have kids.
Do not know.
Yes, I do. I have kids in the schools. Okay, naturally everyone says don't smoke. And, don't smoke, don't smoke. When you go to the doctors, don't smoke. But what I'm saying is the millions of dollars, there's no line item on the cigarettes on don't smoking on the budget for the school, on the adequacy funding. Where's the line item to pay for that?
The line item for what?
On the budget. Where is the line item in the budget that pays for the education on no smoking in the schools?
How about just line budget education? What are you looking for? Hold on a second. Are you looking for amendment to a sentence?
What I'm looking for is...
typical Republicans, they want to save money, they want to save time, but why don't we just add another sentence to the bottom of another sentence? Education can mean a lot of things. And one of them could be, don't smoke, or, hey, this is how cancer is caused.
You are familiar with our
Let us move on. Let us move on.
Okay.
Would you like to move on? Well, let's move on.
Because I brought something up that the facts, and people don't want to hear the facts, the Democrats, because the governors failed to spend that money where it should be.
I don't think putting a sentence under a sentence just to satisfy you is worth it. Excuse me, all right? You lousy...
Don't bring up the facts. That's right. Yeah, don't bring up the facts.
Al, and if you guys think that we get mad at each other, we do. But
we love each other.
Yeah, we love each other.
I sit right behind him, and I have to smack him in the head.
Boy, was I lucky for 2 years.
Get with the program.
But... this is, again, and this is Republicans and Democrats. I think you guys should see this. I have just got this in the mail, and I have been chosen by the Speaker of the House, 3 of us, 2 Republicans, 1 senator. The Hunt would be the other Republican from Commerce, and myself. So we have more work to do this summer. We're going to be working this summer, and this is what we're going to be doing.
Over. Why is she just getting around to it now?
Well, it's because this is one of these things where they put a committee together.
That's right.
Guess who's a committee? Guess who's one in the committee?
You?
I'm
that's
awesome.
Member. You must have impressed the speaker there finally.
Well, no, hold on a second. This is what it says. Establishing a commission to study the current commodity-based system of commodities reporting by junkyards or scrap metal dealers in New Hampshire, and establishing a commission to study regulatory requirements for pawnbrokers and secondhand dealers in New Hampshire.
Wow.
So I get the script?
We passed that bill 3 months ago. That bill.
That's a study.
Right, a study committee. What I'm wondering is, Why did it take the governor this long? You just got in the mail.
No, this isn't from the governor. This is from Norelli.
Well, from Norelli. Okay, then why did it take Norelli so long? The summer's almost over. We're getting ready in September. That day has a deadline, if I'm not mistaken, right? When's the deadline?
Well, I don't know. I just got it. I just got it today.
Like any other bill, Democrats don't read it. They vote the way they're told.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. If it's the Democrats, why is it a Republican senator who is running it?
Can I see this for a second?
You may.
Thank you. Okay. I just want to see who sponsored this here. Who? DeMartino? Okay, I don't know who they are.
Well, there we go, folks.
Okay.
I guess the point is that,
no, that's good that you were
you have to have police there. You have to have scrapmen there.
Right.
You've got to have pawnbrokers there. I mean, it's like a committee of probably 20 people, and then we've got to sit down and figure out commodities of junk and scrap metal.
And then hopefully you will
pawnbrokers too.
Hopefully you're not going to go in and try to file legislation after this here and micromanage the businesses once again and cause them more aggravation.
Well, hold on a second. You must realize that the price of copper, as you know, has been so high that there's been a lot of stealing it.
Right.
So they're trying to say, hold on a second. We'd like to have an idea of what scrap dealers are taking or having simply because there's so much being stolen, it has to be fenced out someplace.
I agree.
So to take a picture of somebody's license, if they're coming in and selling a bunch.
That's already in law.
No, it's not. Not for scrap. Oh, no.
For copper, anything that goes in, you're required to log them in.
No, absolutely. And the pawnbrokers are really to the point where if you come in, they got to hold it for 30 days. They've got to take a picture of you. They got to take a picture of your license, and I think we're gonna ease that up a little. That's just so. I talked to Hunt about it. 30 days because
you're losing money.
Yeah, right. So Hunt and I will probably do our best to kill the bill, which he's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, and not to hurt anybody. But we need the information from the police. We need the information for the pawnbrokers. We need the information from the scrap dealers, because the scrap dealers are turning around and saying, well, the guy down the street's doing this. And so we're kind of like the referee.
I agree with you. If you've got somebody coming into a scrap yard with piles and piles of copper, pipes and other things there, something's wrong with that picture.
And a lot of scrap is also gold and pawnbrokers coming in, stolen jewelry.
You're right.
And,
I agree.
And also, there are people who buy gold in New Hampshire. I mean, gold is so good because it melts so easy. So you can take gold, our wedding rings. We can throw them in there, and they can.
My Mason ring.
We can melt that down, and we do something in about 15 minutes. So that's one thing.
Well,
so I just wanted to let everybody know we're still working.
Okay, good. I just hope you're thinking of the business there and not trying to put a burden back on them where it's going to cost them more. They have to hire somebody just to do the paper shuffle like Democrats normally do.
You didn't hear me say that.
I heard you say you want to kill it.
No, all right. No. We want to kill part of it.
Right.
And where do you get that all Democrats want to add more, when the simple fact of the matter is every single time a Republican president comes in, they get in by saying, we want smaller governments.
That's right.
Why is it?
Because
the governments are larger. Why is it? Reagan was we cannot believe.
I'm glad
trillion in taxes. It's awful.
No, that's not true. Reagan cut taxes. But anyways, I'm glad you went into that area there, because, why isn't the governor releasing the money on the spending or releasing her budget, on how much money she spent so far? The Republicans are asking the governor.
No. For what?
Because we were talking
spending
here on
for
money.
what?
On the budget. From what I'm hearing, she's filled almost 300 and some positions, jobs. Normally there's a lot of jobs that go unfilled, and that money there goes into the pot, goes back into the budget to help out and offset the budget for the next year. Now, from what I'm hearing now, the Republicans put out a press release, Jeb Bradley just recently from the Senate, requesting from the governor to give up the numbers on the budget. She's required by law to report where she's spending. She's not doing it.
And you
How come?
don't think she's doing it?
No, she's not.
And the
Why would we go after her if
timetable to do that is?
It's already passed.
Or is it your time? Or is it the Republicans' timetable?
It's the law timetable.
Oh, I see. So is she? Now wait a minute.
She is required to submit.
We know the date.
Right.
Is she breaking the law, or do you think she's breaking the law?
I believe she's breaking the law without pulling the law back out and rereading it, okay, and to give you verbatim on what it says. I believe she's not complying with the law.
Well, you're wrong.
Oh, no, you transparency.
She's not breaking the law.
She's not?
Because we know, I know,
and how do you know?
that if she was breaking the
know
law,
that?
every single Republican would email me. It would be all over the internet.
But it's already out there. It's already out there. It's all over. You probably don't Twitter. You probably don't know how, but you know, you're not technically proficient like us Republicans.
Yeah, these are brain surgeons, right?
Check Al_Baldasaro at Twitter. You know, you'll see I'm out there.
Yo, he's dope. There's no question about you're out there.
Well, my wife has a computer science degree. She's a big geek, I call her, and she's unbelievable.
Oh, you're so lucky. You know, you're so lucky to have this lady. She's not only beautiful, but she's smart. But now I'm suspicious. I'm a little suspicious. There's got to be something wrong with her hanging around with you.
Because
and
she knows she married a good-looking, happy guy. I wake up smiling, I go to bed smiling. When I leave the State House, no matter how aggravated I am of all the spending you guys do, or you women and guys, Democrats, I still say tomorrow's another day. We'll try to stop them. On November 2014.
Is that your mantra? Democrats are constantly spending money?
Big time. The Senate, we had a Republican Senate.
Why don't you just come, and of course the $30 million, $40 million for cigarettes, that doesn't mean anything?
But we made up for it with a $77 million because people came in and spent 10 tax on gas, restaurants, shopping.
Oh, wait a minute, on gas, and there was a gas tax.
But see, the thing is, you're taxing the 1.2 million people in New Hampshire. You're raising their taxes.
No.
Yes. They're paying. They're not
first of all, I didn't vote for it. You know that. First of all,
I was shocked at that, by the way. But go ahead.
No. I believed at this particular point, because of you guys coming out and starting this firestorm as if Democrats are awful for raising gas. Well, 20 years we haven't. 20 years we haven't had an increase, all right? And it takes the strong backed and will of Democrats to do it, and the Republicans yell and scream how bad Democrats are to do it. But wait a minute. If you want people to come into this state, and you want people to stay in this state, and you want people to bring businesses in this state, the first thing they look at is infrastructure. That money is going.
Our roads are better in New Hampshire than any other state. That is a bunch of BS. That's a scare tactic. Okay? Now,
we don't have any red mark bridges?
Yeah, we do. But the thing is, they're not compliant with the federal law. Because federal law mandates unfunded mandates from Washington. So naturally, our bridges are considered red line. That's a bunch of BS. You're scare tactics to the people.
Are you? I can't. Is this a preview of what's going to be taking place?
That's right. Yes, it is.
Is this like, ladies and gentlemen?
Let me ask you something.
This is what the Republicans are going to do.
Hey, in 2010, the Democrat Senate and Democrat House took $38 million out of the gas tax to balance the budget for operation funds.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is that true or is that not true?
Hold on.
Is it true?
It's true.
Or is it not true?
It's true.
It's true.
But
Thank you.
let us remember, and you had how much, a $76 million?
No.
This time?
We brought in a surplus, yes.
Okay, so with O'Brien, you brought in
a few million of that was from court cases.
All right, okay, excuse me. But so with O'Brien as Speaker and you guys with the budget brought in, you had a surplus.
Yes.
Then why do we have to pay back between $50 and $180 million?
No, we don't have to pay back.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, we don't.
We don't?
No, we don't.
Well.
Has it gone to the Supreme Court?
And how much did it? Oh, yeah, twice. Two times.
Did the Supreme Court, the little courts do not count. Did the Supreme Court answer yet? Yes or no?
Two courts here in the state of New Hampshire.
Did the Supreme Court answer the case? Did they put out their case or their decision, the Supreme Court?
When you say Supreme Court, what Supreme Court do you mean?
New Hampshire Supreme Court. Have they made a decision yet?
Well, it's gone through two courts, one below that.
We've had other things go to
they
two
have
courts
lost,
and then the Supreme Court turned it around.
And you guys tried to do the shuffle. And the shuffle was,
There's no shuffle.
well, they're going to give us money, but we're supposed to pay it back. But when they got the money and you didn't pay it back, they sued the state of New Hampshire. And guess what? It cost the state of New Hampshire how much? $50 to $180 million. And you're a Republican saying, hey,
it has not cost us. It has not cost us one dime yet. Not one dime. The legislature has to vote.
But you have a...
Do we have to vote to release that money?
But you have $70 million surplus?
Do we as legislators...
Do you have a $70 million surplus?
Is it the...
And we're going to owe $180 million.
Is it the legislative responsibility to vote in that $180 million? We have to vote it in. That you just can't win a court case and then give $180 million. The legislator has to budget that.
Excuse me. The court case is because of something what you, the Republicans, did,
is the court case still going on?
Turned out to be illegal.
Is the court case still going on?
$50 to $180 million payback, and you brag. Wait a minute, and you're saying that the court case is still going on? How much does it cost us for lawyers?
You know, how much is it? Nothing, because we're already paying our lawyers. We're already paying our attorney general. We're already paying our assistant attorney generals. Nothing. You know, the money's already budgeted in there for that.
Of course, they don't have better things to do.
Don't try to
and
BS the people.
And you don't think they've had to hire more lawyers for this?
Can we, Eric, I don't know.
Why do you guys still say you want to save money and you don't?
You keep saying we owe $180 million.
Anytime.
Many court cases, lower courts have made decisions, and then the Supreme Court overruled them. So
this
case is still going.
Lower courts
we do not owe
made
a
the
dime
decision
yet until it's in appeal to the Supreme Court.
Well,
when the Supreme Court answers it, then I'll say yes we do, or no we don't owe a dime.
Well,
am I right?
No.
Am I right?
No, you're wrong.
So you're saying that appeal that we have to pay?
You guys roll the dice, and you got caught.
No, we didn't.
And you've been brought to court.
No, we did.
You guys been sued.
We complied with the federal law. This has been going on since what? Judge Gregg. And every governor, Republican, Democrats, have used this system until O'Brien put a stop to it.
If I was you guys, I would stop mentioning this because it's simply no. Well, hold on a second. If I was you guys, I would stop mentioning this because you're saying how much money we spend or tax. Gee, if we have to pay back $180 million, it won't make. Hold on a second, and it won't make any difference if it's a Republican or a Democrat. You're going to have to raise taxes.
If the Supreme Court,
so it's going to be the Republicans raising taxes.
If the New Hampshire Supreme Court makes a decision and says, "No, you're in compliance with the federal law," you're authorized to tax them, for bed space, which what it is, it's a bed tax. You're authorized to tax them because the federal law says there's 8 areas of taxes that you can tax hospitals under Medicaid. And under Judge Gregg on up, they all did it. No, it's true.
Oh, come on.
It's true.
Look, it's so...
Please do a Google search on the federal law on the Medicaid taxes.
Let us just say the truth, factual.
Do we owe the money yet?
Factual. Is that you were sued.
Yes.
It could be from $50 to $180 million, but yet you brag that you have a $70 million surplus.
You're not listening to me.
Where is it?
You're not listening to me.
Where is it?
Show me where we owe $180 million. Matter of fact, didn't they just cut a deal with hospitals? We didn't have to pay?
Show me where
didn't you just pass a law?
I'm not going to owe it.
A bipartisan, didn't we just pass a bipartisan bill?
We just passed a law.
Bipartisan bill.
That through the Democrats.
Bipartisan bill with Gene Chandler.
Republicans who are running it.
Republicans and Democrats.
And what they're going to do is they're going to put this tax back as it was, and then they're going to start to eliminate it. And guess what, folks? We're back in the same. But, some people out there really, truly believe when you hear a Republican say, hey, the Democrats just want to tax. We're going to have to pay back money that these guys are screwing up with.
No, that's not true. Let's wait until the Supreme Court makes a decision. Right now, it's hearsay. Could be, might be. Many times.
You're a military person.
Yes, I am. A 22-year honorable service, U.S. Marine. First sergeant, retired.
First of all, I'll tell you what. I haven't mentioned this. You know I'm an artist.
Right.
All right, okay. So this show today has, we're going to say this is the sponsor, and it's called Canal Art and Framing, custom picture framing, and it's also an art gallery, and it's at One Water Street.
I heard, I heard a lot of things about
One Water Street. She also, she's very good, and she has an art gallery, and she's has my art in there, so if they want to go down there. And she's going to be, I've asked her if I can use some of her artists who are showing work there, if I could bring them in. What we will do is we will interview them, and we also do a show, Al, which is called Art Show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Art, sales. So we're going to have art shows, and we're going to have art shows around the city showing these works that we're going to get from this framing shop that has my work. So she's sort of like our sponsor for today, and we do it pretty.
You know something, I'm going to tell you, anyone that goes down there and buys art or didn't have this frame from this company here is a no-brainer. I mean, I'm one who likes art. My wife's an artist there.
But we're going to be doing more
Right.
art.
No, I think it's great. I've heard a lot of good things about that
Now,
business.
since we only have about 2.5 minutes, and we're going to do, next week you're going to be back, we're going to do another show, and so we get into the heated subjects such as ISIS and the monies that have been voted in for the veterans, so things are going to change.
And then the governor not releasing numbers, but yeah,
Oh, for God's
discuss all that.
sakes! Oh. So why don't you tell people how they get in touch with you? And well, by the way, you are running again,
I'm running
and
for
where
my
are
fifth
you?
term. I'm in Londonderry, and there's 10 people running for 7 seats. And I normally come out. I've been fortunate. The people respect and like what I'm doing, and I normally come out #1 in my district. So I'm pretty fortunate as being a loud voice.
Do you have a
website?
No.
Right.
Do you have a primary?
I do have a primary. 10 people running for 7 seats.
All right. So then there'll be 10 more people on the other side.
Well, no, not the Democrats have just 7. You know, they don't have a primary.
Okay, so it's 7-7 in other words.
Right, 7-7.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So then, and you've done very well over the years.
Oh yes, without a doubt. Yeah, I'm a loud voice for people. I'm not your typical. I'm not a politician. Because if I become the day I become a politician and I have to tell people what they want to hear just to pacify them, like many politicians, I'm resigning. Okay, because I'm not in the business.
If you're not a politician and play
I'm
the
elected
game,
official.
I don't know who does.
I am elected official.
You have a website?
I do have a website. It's Rep Al Baldasaro blog spot.com. I also have a phone number. People can call me right at home, and it's 603-425-6997.
Okay, and
you do have a phone
yes,
too, right?
Yes,
website?
right. My name is Ken Gidge, and you can get myself a look at my website. It's Gidge World. That is an art website. We should have some sort of a political website coming up. You can also call me at 864-9332. That's 864-9332. I'm on Facebook. You're on Facebook?
Yes, I am.
You're on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter, yes. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, I'm all over.
Post office?
Now, let me ask you something. Gidge World, real quick there. I mean, you're in your own world, by the way. I just wanted to get that out there closely.
Okay. Thank you very much, Al.
Hey, it's always a pleasure,
We do
Ken.
appreciate it.
I hope we sit next to each other next term.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.